Hello, world. I think this is on. This is the FastHeartMart podcast, episode 70. And I do realize I missed an opportunity with episode 69. There could have been a lot of jokes to that. But my parents are watching, and I'm not a pervert, so that's how you know my mind is in the right place. So go ahead and start the chats. The topic for today will be, is the world falling apart? That is a question. It is not a statement. It is maybe a rhetorical question too, because I'm an optimist, just right off the bat. Go ahead and like this video if you're watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm not gonna do anything until you do that. Just kidding. I'll play a song while everybody's getting in. Let's just make sure everything's on here. I think I can do this. Live. Are we live here? No, it says it's not live. Well, let's see. Let's try this again. It should be live. It says on one screen here it's live, and on another screen it's saying it's not. So let's see where the discrepancy is. This is what I'm talking about. Is the world falling apart? It's just like stuff like this where you're like, is this like a way to live where we're like living halfway in the Matrix? Okay, we're live. All right, we're good to go. Let me play a song called "Play On." Oh, J Van's here, and Artsy Girl Marilyn's here, and Cobb's here. Cobb, all right, Cobb, man. I'm glad to hear from you, Cobb. I've been a little concerned, not too concerned, but a little bit. All right, this song's called "Play On." It's gonna be the first song for this podcast. And my dad's here, my good old dad. Hey, Dad. Sounds good. And my mom's here too. Okay. The world's gone crazy, might be ending, no one really knows. What can we do now, your time before this all explodes? Cause we gotta play on. Oh, we gotta play on. Now we gotta play on. We gotta play on. Then it's Driscoll, hey man. Can y'all hear the bass out there, right? Do I need to turn it up? There's a nuclear meltdown, melting us, erupting volcano. I'll still tread lightly on this world before this whole thing blows. Cause we gotta play on. Oh, we gotta play on. Oh, we gotta play on. Gotta play on. And the Constitution's been corrupted. You know how that goes. This puppets fighting, lost the power. Let them decompose. Cause we gotta play on. Oh, we gotta play on. Oh, we gotta play on. We gotta play on. Erupting volcano. I'll still tread lightly on this world before this whole thing blows. Cause we gotta play on. I just messed that up. Oh, we gotta play on. Oh, we gotta on. Yeah, we gotta pay on. All the earth is quaking, tidal waving, trying to shake us off. There's robots coming, half of ours. I think I heard one cough, 'cause we gotta pay on. And we gotta pay on. We gotta pay on. And we gotta pay on. Alright, thank you so much. Hey Michelle, my sister's here, and her boyfriend Zach. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. The levels, again, of course, as always, the levels are just a little bit all over the place. And of course, I had a couple technical difficulties while playing. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn up this bass really quick because I feel like I can't hear it enough, and that's important. I gotta be able to hear it. So, all right. Thanks again for everybody tuning in. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel. And what else? Comment. I'm not gonna do anything else until everybody likes this video right now. Just kidding. I'm just gonna keep on going. So yeah, I cut my hair off. Just kidding. It's just up in the it's up in the back. And I had my hairstylist who was very sick, and she's better now, thank God. And she's like 74, I think, 73, 74. She just turned 74, I think. And I thought I lost her, but she just cut my hair again, and this week I told her to take it really short. I'm thinking about cutting it all off, and I'm not wearing my sunglasses today. I feel pretty normal these days. I am back on the wagon. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm back on the wagon really strong. My friend Cobb Irvin has been visiting from Virginia. He's been an inspiration to have around, and he's been feeling a little sick. I'm glad to see he's tuning in today. And yeah, the topic today is the world falling apart? Just sometimes I watch videos and stuff, and I'm like, what is going on in the world? Is this gonna sustain, or is this all just gonna pop one of these times? Because I mean, I guess I have to say, for most of my life, I've had it pretty easy. I haven't had to live through any crazy world wars. Hey, Jeffrey Stork, thanks for tuning in. I got your email the other day, bud. I'm going to respond to it. I hope to come out to your show at Queen Bee's, right down the street from my house. Oh, no, you had your gallbladder out. Man, are you feeling better? Your hair looks great. Hey, thanks, Jeffrey. Sorry about the gallbladder, man. I hope you're feeling better. And, yeah, so it's just, you know, I think what happens is I actually start watching some videos, and I think that's what gets me riled up, if I'm being honest, because for the most part, when you're walking around the world, people just all are acting kind of the same, you know, like we're all kind of, I guess just like you watch these videos, right? You're like watching videos on YouTube and like checking out the scene. You're like, oh my God, this guy feels like that. But you're just seeing like the most extreme people out there, whether it comes to the transgender thing, which is cool. I'm cool with the transgender thing. I mean, I'm not super cool with people forcing me to, like, if they look like a woman and they want me to tell them they're a man or whatever, I'm a little bit, you know, reluctant to go along with that because, I don't know, it just feels like it's changing reality. But, I mean, in the end, I actually have some really good trans friends, and they're cool people, man. I don't have anything against them, and, you know, in general, so. But you see these extremist trans that say, like, if you call me a woman, I'm going to punch you in the face or something. Or if you call me a man, I'm going to punch you in the face. And it's just like, really? But then you go out in the world, and you're like, everybody's still chill, you know. So, but I think that's what it really comes down to. But there's so much stuff that we could be stressed out about, of course. The financial system looks like it's ready to just collapse any moment now, of course. Does anybody else feel like the world is falling apart for sure? Or do you feel like me, like when you stop, you have to really, like, I get all worked up sometimes. I'll get super worked up and just be like, that's it. It's over, man. We're done. I'm just gonna stay in bed. That's the best thing I can do for the world, is just stay in bed and just relax, and while this whole thing comes to an end, you know. It feels like the end is, you know, the last day of school before summer break, when everybody's just kind of messing around and everybody knows, like, this doesn't really count, this day that you're waiting to get out of school, go on summer break. I loved summer break. I'd share it. I hated school so bad. I really, I think I hated school, like, with sincerely so bad that and some people say they didn't like school, but I really despised school. I would feel so happy being on those 2 or 3 months by myself, just like doing my thing. I'm a very creative person. I loved getting out in the world and stuff, and being in school in front of a chalkboard or a textbook, it was a nightmare for me. Ever since a young age, I just couldn't take it. And so that day before school lets out, before summer, everybody's just like clowning around and having a good time. And and it's like, it feels like that. The world feels like that to me right now. Everybody's kind of like, well, tomorrow's going to be summer break, so none of this really counts. Just do whatever you got to do until the SHIT hits the fan. So STHF. And yeah, I don't know if anybody else feels that way. If you feel like it's the end, if the world's falling apart, or if it's coming back together. I personally believe in God, and so in the end, I get in a tizzy for a few days, and then I think, wait a second, God's still in charge. I still believe God is in charge. I think God brought us here. I think God will take us out of here when it's time. It's just kind of enjoy the ride, and try to find common ground with these people that don't agree with you. Like Cobb and I have some great conversations since he's been here. We're gonna go see the Yankees versus the Padres on Saturday night, by the way, and hopefully he's feeling better for that. But sometimes I'll say something and Cobb he has a disagreement, or has a counter thought to it, and he's very concise. I was talking. He's got some good points for sure. And what was it? Like the other day I was saying, well, the first thing Obama said was he's going to bail out the banks. So I was like, and I voted for Obama. And when the first thing he said he was going to bail out the banks, Cobb just kind of calmly just said, if Obama didn't bail out the banks, this whole country would have collapsed. And he's right. That's true. That is true. But here's the thing too. And he agrees with me about this too. Like, we let all these, ultra rich puppet masters get away with it. And maybe it actually was a good time to let the country completely implode on itself in 2008. That's when it was, right? 2008? 2009. It was 2009. Everybody was just starting to get their iPhones, and the dating apps were starting to take hold and stuff. Maybe it would have been a good time to let the whole thing just fall apart. Maybe God was trying to intervene and be like, look, the banking system's going to collapse right here before it gets too bad. But we intervened, or Obama intervened and bailed out the banks. And I checked out of politics ever since then. He didn't stop the Iraq war, which is why I voted for him. And but anyway, Cobb and I have some really cool conversations. He's a very intelligent man, and we don't agree on everything, and it's okay. And we find the common ground and kind of dwell on the common ground. And I just think it's really important for people to say, well, he has a good point about that, even though I don't agree or whatever. That's a good point, and I think that's what's important here. What did my mom say? Have to believe. My sister says some days she thinks the world's falling apart. And J Van said, bed, play on, Martin, play on. J Van told me the day that she doesn't like FastHeartMart. She likes Martin Stamper. Which, hey, that's again, it's something I don't agree with, but I'm glad she told me. I guess you'd rather just me be like, I don't know, maybe not play music and just talk, or I don't know. What do you want from me, J-Van? Do you want me to... Anyway, I'm going to play a song now that I've been learning. As you know, I've been trying to keep these to 45 minutes. Dude, I feel like my YouTube channel has had some success lately. I put up some videos about my camper, which I'm in right now. Oh, let me show you. I got this whole shot set up for you. Look at this. Watch this. This is going to be a new part of the podcast or live stream. Watch this. I'll show you. I'm going to show you every podcast episode where I'm at. So here it is. This is where I'm at today. I'm at a park. I'm not going to tell you which park because I want to stay incognito from all the hooligans out there. There's some people that are not fun out there. And that's me. It's I'm in the park there. You can see behind if you look really close, you can see behind my vehicle there's a big Great Dane. This woman, you could see to the right of my camper, you could see she drives this Toyota, it's like a Sienna. She seems like a really cool lady, but she has like 8 dogs. She comes here every time I'm here. She comes here and kind of walks her dogs and stuff like that. She's the dog lady, not a cat lady, but a dog lady. And that dog right there is a big Great Dane, and if you look really close, you could see where his tongue is like hanging out, like really far. But, but yeah. So I've been lately, I've been getting a lot more subscribers because I'm putting up these videos about my camper, which is what I call it. That's politically correct way to refer to my vehicle as a camper. RV is fine. I don't get mad, but my preferred descriptive words for my vehicle is camper or motorhome. RV is my least favorite term just because it's too broad. I don't accept trailer. If you call my vehicle a trailer or trailer home, then I'll get mad like one of those intolerant tranny people that you see on the internet. Just kidding, I won't get like that. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. God bless those people. I'm not making fun of them. I mean, I think they've got issues, and it's just what I'm saying is they expect us to play in their world where we're like, wait, there has to be a reality here. We have to agree today is Wednesday. I don't care how you feel about it, but I don't really want it to be Wednesday either. I don't really even know if I really want to be here. I'm not sure how fun this place is, but I've got to be here, and today's Wednesday, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like we can't change reality and stuff. Anyway, yeah. So my YouTube channel has been doing really great lately. I put out a video with my friend Q. Dang, I should have showed that today. I'm going to show a different video, though. It's a video from a long time ago of a song of mine called Mayan Prophecy, about the end of the world as we know it. Trailer is fighting words. That's right, Jeff. My sister said she wants her channel to blow up. Go check her out, Azure Daisy. She's got a cool thing going on. My mom goes around sometimes with a camera and shows you what the scene's like over there. And then my sister, she does embroidery, and she's got a whole channel dedicated to it. So you can follow her, or buy some. You could order some embroidery from her. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a FastHeartMart logo on every one of my shirts. Remember, like Laverne and Shirley. I'm going to do a logo like this just so J-Van gets upset. I would just really like to provoke J-Van. Every time she sees me, I'll have a FastHeartMart logo embroidered, professionally embroidered on my shirt. Just kidding. I'm like in the school of thought where you can't wear your own merch. There's some people who do now, and I get it, like a lot of rappers and stuff. Not a lot of some rappers will wear their own merch, like saying their name on it and stuff. I come from the 90s. That was never cool. It was never cool to sell out in the 90s. Now it's like if you sell out, everybody thinks you're great. So things have changed. But anyway, I'm not wearing my band merch. So my mom's gonna film my sister again this weekend. It's great. When my mom films for my sister, she just goes in, and my mom's not. She's a really sweet lady, and she goes around and does her thing, and it's fun. It's really fun to watch. It's like she can get away with things probably that some of us can't, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's a trip, you know. I hope it's warm this time, you guys. Last time it was like freezing when they went out and at a market, and my mom got sick, so my sister said she's gonna embroider a shirt for me, so. All right, this song, I'm working on a new cover of a John Lennon song, actually. It is called Working Class Hero. Let's see, I've got notes here today that are digital, so let me just make sure I haven't missed anything yet that I wanted to talk to you about. I told you I'm on the wagon pretty hard. And yeah, so it just feels like One thing that does seem certain and consistent is that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. It looks like that might be a real reality, to me. And it's really frustrating. My dad used to tell me, though, he told me a long time ago when I was a kid, he's like, son, if you distributed the wealth evenly amongst the whole population of the world, within 5 years, the elite, or I don't like to call them the elite, the ultra rich would have all the money back and the poor people would be poor again. And it's probably true. Unfortunately, that is probably true. You can see that when people win the lottery, a lot of them end up going broke. And that'd probably be me too, because here's the thing. If I had a ton of money and then I had a friend, with health problems like I do right now, I'd probably just give as much as I could to them. So I'd be broke again. If I had $1 million, well, I'd probably spend it all. Anyway, but this song's I've always loved this John Lennon song. It is called Working Class Hero. But it's kind of odd. The song doesn't really go anywhere, and it was really kind of hard for me to arrange it to make it exciting, I guess is the word. Even though the lyrics are brilliant, the song doesn't really go anywhere. And I theorize, John Lennon used to work a lot with Paul McCartney, of course. They were the most well-known songwriting team to ever exist, probably. And a lot of times, I know for sure that John Lennon would start a song, and he had no idea how to finish it, and he would give it to Paul, and Paul would finish it for him. And so that's why they were a great team. John had these brilliant ideas, but he couldn't complete them. And I think Working Class Hero is probably one of those songs he probably wished he had a collaborator that he could trust to really finish this song up. But I'm doing it pretty straight, the way he did it, but my own style, of course, with the banjo and stuff. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens here. The world is not falling apart. Artsy Girl Maryland subscribed to my sister's channel. Thanks, Maryland. That's really cool. And J Van says, back on the Millie wagon. So, okay, here's another tangent here. I named this camper Sunny, right? Because it's a Sun Raider. It's a Toyota Sun Raider. But I found out everybody who has a Sun Raider names their vehicle Sunny. So I retracted that name. And now I'm calling her Millie. And it's short for Millennium Falcon, which is Han Solo's ride. It kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon, right? And I feel like Han Solo a lot of times. I don't look like him, but I feel like Han Solo. Just like Han Solo was definitely a rambling man until he met Princess Leia. It takes a woman sometimes to make a wild man settle down. And that's what happened with Han Solo. So that seems like me. Alright, here we go. This song is called Working Class Hero. I need to bring up the lyrics because I might need some help. I've got pretty much all of them. I just sometimes need a little cue. Artsy Girl Maryland says she loves Working Class Hero. Okay, here it goes. As soon as you're born, they'll make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. A working class hero is something to be, but we're all still just peasants as far as I can see. They hurt you at home, they hit you at school. They'll hate you if you're clever and they despise a fool. Till you're too confused and crazy, you can't follow the rules. class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. They tortured and scared you for 20 odd years, and then they expect you to choose a career. When you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. We're all just still peasants as far as I can see. They keep you dope with religion and sex and TV. Think we're so classless and clever and free, but we're all still just peasants as far as I can see. A working class hero is something to be, but we're all still just peasants as far as I can see. There's room at the top, they're telling us still, but first we must learn how to smile as we kill. If we wanna be like the folks on the hill, well, a working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. But we're all still just peasants as far as I can see. Alright, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I don't know what that popping was. Could you all hear that popping? I had to turn the banjo off in the middle of the song there. I'm telling you, man, it's always something. It's always something with this stuff, man. It's like always some technical problem coming through. I don't mean to, like, I don't want to, like, what is it called? I don't want to manifest that. Almost every episode I've had, there's always something, dude. And I've been working my butt off on trying to figure out what that crackling noise is, but it's still there. Cobb Irvin says, yeah, man. And Artie Girl Marilyn says she seemed to like it. That's good. I'm glad. All right. But I did change the lyrics a little bit on that. Of course, I don't like the cussing because I play for all-age audience. I can't cuss. I don't want to lose my job, so I try not to cuss. I mean, I'm not against cussing. I'm freedom of speecher kind of guy, but yeah. I did change the lyrics sometimes, and I did, because he repeats that line, a working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. But he doesn't, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't go anywhere. The lyrics don't go anywhere. The music doesn't go anywhere. So I kind of just added, but we're all still just peasants as far as I can see. And I said, we are all still just peasants as far as I can see. Because John Lennon does it from a perspective of, like, he gets it and nobody else, everybody else he's singing to doesn't, which I think is very condescending. And I don't want to come off like that, because I'm definitely not John Lennon. He can get away with that, but I can't. And also, what was I gonna say? He comes across like, yeah, like he's, and at the end of the song he says, and if you want to be a hero, just follow me. If you want to be a hero, just follow me. It's like, again, kind of cringe, a little cringy, where, John Lennon could probably get away from that, but I'm not going to try to tell people to follow me, No way. I mean, if you want to be a hero, just somebody else take the lead, I guess. "45 years, thank you. Here's your Timex watch." What do you mean by that, Dad? I don't get it. My dad's got great jokes. He's one of the best jokers I know. Well, when he's not trying to be funny, he's funny. But so, what do you mean by that? 45 years, thank you. Here's your Timex watch. But, he's probably talking about, like, people work for 45 years and then that's it. They get a Timex watch and go home and die as soon as they retire. All right, so this next song I've got for you today is an older song of mine called Mayan Prophecy. Some people probably remember it. My parents probably do. It was on a record of mine called Cheap and Sunny from 2008. And at the time, we were all super, what's the word? We were anticipating, we were kind of anxious about 2012 coming up. In 2008, we were like, well, the Mayans prophesied that in 2012, the world as we know it will come to an end. Which, when you think of it, in some ways, in 2012, it did come to an end in a lot of ways. For me, social media it really took a hold in 2012, if you look at it. And a lot of things really changed. And I learned that the word apocalypse, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the word apocalypse actually means to reveal. It's the revealing. It's not the end, it's the revealing. And so things have gotten really strange since 2012. People have gotten more and more divided because more and more information's coming out. Like, some of my friends say the world is flat. Some of my friends say it's round. I'm agnostic. I've never seen it, so I know we've got NASA photos, but I don't know if those are real. So I'm just agnostic on the subject. But that's become more and more common as the internet is taking hold. People can get access to more information and more disinformation. I will say that for sure too. But yeah, that's what we were kind of think the world was just gonna end in 2012. I remember Cobb and Lance and I and a couple other people in Occoquan, we had an end of the world party on December 21st, 2012. My friend Jazz was there too, and she actually left a comment on my videos recently, and I don't know where she's at. She went to Europe after that, and she was really cool. But she was at that party. She came to the party with me, and it was a cool night. It was a fun night. And we thought the world was going to end. It was like a Y2K party. Remember Y2K when the computers were expected to go haywire and nothing actually did happen? Or did it? I mean, maybe we were in a different reality since Y2K. It did. It was a weird moment too, for sure. That's okay. So my dad did mean that, I guess, is what people are confirming. My dad, that's what he was referring to. Jeffrey Stork said, the gold watch you busted your ass for. I don't think ass is a bad word, so I just ASS. Kids. I try to get, when I first started this podcast, a lot of kids were tuning in, and I think things have just gotten too adult, and I don't like that. I want the kids to be able to tune in and stuff, so I try to keep it clean. And so anyway, let me play this song called Mayan Prophecy, and here it goes. I'll probably go back to the regular screen after this too. What did Jeffrey Stork said? Those AI pics of astronauts on the moon with the moon in the sky and flag flapping in the wind. I have a feeling Jeffrey Stork is kind of joking on that, but yeah, there's a lot of friends that I have, and myself included. I'm very skeptical of the moon landing at this point. We can't go, they say NASA says we can't go back to the moon because we don't have the technology anymore, which is weird, right? But it's not impossible for that to happen, right? Because here's the thing. People used to make these great analog recordings on 2-inch tape, but for the most part, we're not doing that anymore because it's kind of like out of our reach or whatever. For most people, it's like a lot of work. So people are making digital recordings, but so maybe the moon landing's like that. But there's a lot of suspicious stuff. I mean, even who was it? That director, he admitted to shooting the moon landing. The director that did How I Learned to Love the Bomb, and who was that? Anyway, I saw the footage of him admitting that the moon landing, he filmed the moon landing. That was like his way into Hollywood. The CIA said, if you do this for us, we'll make sure your movies get made. I wish I could remember the name of that director. He's a really famous director. And if you could think of that guy. But there's a video of him, it's probably 30 minutes long. Like he was pretty ill and he knew he was dying. And he just came out and said it. I filmed all that. I staged all that moon landing footage. Anyway, maybe we did go to the moon. I don't know. I'm open on the subject. I'm not gonna get upset with somebody who believes in that. I don't want to upset somebody who believes in it. I just say, I'm agnostic. Here we go. This song's called Mayan Prophecy.
Running out of fuel, stuck on the highway, stranded nowhere with roadkill pizza. Driving my car will be no more. When we all live poor, the civilization shut its door. Shut the door, Robin. Talking to my boss about being on time. Things I do wrong. Hey, I want to take a vacation. Working this job be no more. When we all live poor, the civilization shut its door. Well, the Mayans prophesize that in 2012, the world as we know it will come to an end. I hope you had your fun watching pop culture, getting in a stupor, being distracted by the latest fashion. Watching MTV will be no more. When we all are living poor, 'cause civilization shut its door to the end of the world.
All right, Mayan Prophecy, done almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I guess it is. Yeah, 15, 14 years ago. And I used to wear really baggy jeans with holes in them and baggy hoodies. I didn't care. I should get back to that. I'm wearing a hoodie from my nephew's band in Alcatraz, 1962. Yeah, I had that hoodie until it was threads. I like that hoodie. Check out in Alcatraz, 1962. And the bass player was named Tanya Nunez. She's still in New Mexico. I still see her sometimes when I go there. She's great. She's kind of famous now, I think. Hey, thanks, Cobb. Cobb says, well done. And I turned that down. That's one reason you should never master your own music. I mastered that record, even though a good friend of mine, he insisted on mastering it for me, and he did, and I didn't like it, and we haven't really spoken. We haven't been as close since then. It's been 14 years. It was super awkward, I guess, for him and me, I guess, because I didn't mean it. I wasn't trying to be insulting. It's just like, hey, I don't like the mastering job you did, and then it just got weird. So, whatever. What a world. Alright, so I'm going to move on to another song here. Hopefully this banjo doesn't start popping and stuff. I'm messing with my notes. I'm learning a lot about this software so I can actually look at notes while I'm doing this. And the next song is called Everything's Gonna Be Alright. It's a song I wrote as well. Doing a lot of my own songs today. Hope you're proud. It looks like we're gonna go over a little bit. Sorry. Hopefully you stick around. I'm gonna do 2 more songs. Hopefully you're still out there. Yeah, the views have been going pretty good on this thing. I'm surprised, even whether I go 45 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes, which I don't plan on going that long today. It seems like it's pretty consistent. So, and I had a huge compliment from this man yesterday, who was watching one of my videos, and he's like, he commented on one of these live streams, and he goes, "Thanks for keeping me company while I was working out today." And that is exactly what I want to hear, because that's what I do. I like when I'm working out, or like after my workout or whatever, during my workout, I listen to podcasts to keep me company, during the parts of the workout that I want some company in, I listen to Anomaly a lot. Check out Anomaly. It's spelled with AN0LY, AN0MLY, Anomaly. Anyway, it's spelled with a 0. There's no O in there. It's Anomaly with a 0. He's great. He's like, I've listened to him for like solidly for 4 years. He's great because he's not afraid to change his course. Like, he was a Trump supporter, like all the way up until 2020. He was pretty like excited about Trump, and then he, just like me, he changed directions because he had, more information was revealed, and he was like, hey, this guy is not what we thought he was, even though, we might like him better than a lot of the others out there. He still seems to be with the whole deep state situation. So, check out Anomaly. This song's called Everything's Gonna Be Alright, because if the world is falling apart, everything's still gonna be alright. It's life and life only, as Bob Dylan says. Have fun. Have fun while you can. Every day, try to have a little fun. I try to. I know Cobb goes out biking almost every day. He might not today because I think he's ill, but he goes mountain biking every day. Cobb's been subletting my apartment, just so you know, and so we've been spending a lot of time, even though I've been in the camper mostly. Hey, Marissa Love, thanks for the $3 tip. That's really, I never say how much. I shouldn't have said that. Thanks for the tip, Marissa Love. That's really nice of you. All right, here we go. Hey, Jared Curry's here. I don't like being mastered either. That's funny. That's hilarious. Hey, Jared, do your kids still watch the show? I bet they do. I bet you let your kids watch this show. Let's see if I can turn the banjo back on. Alright, here we go. This is a slow song. I'm glad to hear that, Jared. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be alright. If you just hold on. Just hold on. If you can just still your mind, everything's gonna be alright if you just hold on. Just hold on. We're just getting by, but everything's gonna be alright if you just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. And just let go. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Is it freezing up out there, J-Van? Is that what you said? It's freezing up. Oh, man. What a bummer. Is it freezing up for everybody, or is it just J-Van's crappy internet connection? What happened? Let's see. My mom said she likes this song, and my sister said they like this song. They didn't like any of the other songs. They don't like any other songs that I play, but they only like that one, which is cool. Again, we disagree on the songs and stuff, but I gotta respect their opinions. I don't agree with them, but I think I have way better songs than that. But that's just the way life goes. My sister said I should have done this in my van, in my Volkswagen. What's going on? Why is it popping like that, dude? I think it's the banjo. I'm pretty sure. I think it's because it's wireless. So anyway, okay. Well, is it back now? But all good audio for me. Okay. My sister asked me why she said I should have done this in my Volkswagen van. But if you think of it, I got rid of my Volkswagen van in 2013, and at that time, even now, I don't really have enough data because I'm running off my hotspot, and my hotspot data is very limited, and back then it was even worse. Remember you get charged for too many text messages back in the day? Do you remember that? A lot of us don't remember that, but that was a thing. You'd have a certain amount of text messages you could send a month, and if you went over it, you had to pay. Do you remember that? Anybody? Anyway, so that's why I didn't do this probably back in the day. I also didn't think that people would be interested. I'm just really amazed. I knew the podcasting was going to take off before anybody even did podcasting. I was like, I would be like, man, the internet, you could just do your own TV show through the internet. Everybody would watch it, whether you had, and then it started to take off. And if you look at my channel, I actually was making TV episodes back in 2006 and 7 and 8. And it was so much work though, but they were fun. You could see them. They're on our playlist called the, I think they're travel videos or something like that. And I did a bunch of them, and they're fun. But let's see whatever happened here. Got a lot of people chiming in. Oh, J-Van wants to hear Crazy Chain. Travel guy. Yes, I do Ozzy Osbourne. I do some Ozzy Osbourne. Unfortunately, it's the end of the show. Well, okay, fine. Well, I was going to end with another song by the Grateful Dead, but I'll end with Crazy Train, because everybody's saying Crazy Train and Ozzy Osbourne, so let's do that. And Catfish Banjo said 3 minutes. Yeah, totally. Things have changed so much, but like, so I'm this thing is essentially solar powered right now. You're watching it. It's completely from solar. There's a battery here that was charged with the solar panels on top of my camper. And so that's cool. And a lot of things have changed in the last 14 years since I had my Volkswagen, or 10 years or whatever. So that answers that question. And let's do an Ozzy Osbourne song. This show is getting a little long-winded now, I think. I feel like. Maybe not. But I got to leave you wanting more. Or else you're not going to tune in again. I'm here every Tuesday. I mean, every second and fourth Wednesday. Oh, man. Sometimes my speech is just as bad as Joe Biden, I think. I mean, I feel like I mumble sometimes. I stutter. I got a lot to say. I just need to slow down sometimes and just say it. Solar flower. That's right. It's a solar flower. My sister's company's called Azure Daisy, which is cool. I think we're both obsessed with like turquoise colors. Must be genetic or something, maybe. I don't know. Some people love purple. I call them the purple people, and God bless the purple people, but usually that's a thing that I like stay away from. Purple is not my favorite color, but God bless anybody who does like purple. I think Prince really liked purple, so that's another. I think people's genetics are just, you have an affinity for certain colors, maybe, or just life experiences. I don't know. The camper's a little bit like leaning, so I'm trying to like stay straight up and get my posture going on here. Okay, one more song, everybody. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Let me check and see how many donations we got. Just one donation here today. Oh, my sister was talking about something else. She was saying, so that's not a Vanagon in that picture, Michelle. That's a Mitsubishi Delica, actually. Those things are really nice. They're 4-wheel drive, and they're usually diesel. Usually they're right-hand drive too, though, because you had to import those yourself, and it was really expensive to import them. There is a lot of them over here, though. There's a few, and it's called a Mitsubishi Delica. If you remember, they have those in New Zealand. They have a lot of those there. They're a great van that we don't have access here in the United States, and that's one example of, like, everybody says we can get everything in the United States. That's not true. They will not allow Toyota diesels into this country. And my dad always had theories as to why. I think he said that they wouldn't allow it because they knew if Toyota diesels were here, it would have driven all the other pickup truck manufacturers out of business, like Ford. They wouldn't have been able to compete with those. Those Toyota diesels and Mitsubishi diesels are so reliable and good on fuel, torquey. They make so much sense. Of course, maybe they put a little more soot into the atmosphere, but they don't put as much carbon monoxide. So that's the whole debate on diesel stuff. And I'm going on a tangent here. So Artist Girl Maryland says, laugh out loud, 2nd and 4th Wednesdays, live streams by FastHeartMart. That's right, 2nd and 4th Wednesday. So I'll be 2 weeks. I'll be off. Thank God. This thing is a lot of work, but I love it. It's fun. But I have to be honest. Having 2 Wednesdays off, because we have a 5th week this month, and having 2 Wednesdays off in a row is going to be very nice. I'm going to get some work done on some music that I've been needing to get done, and some work done on this camper, all that stuff. Okay. Uncle Terrence drove us around in one. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he did. Those Mitsubishi Delicas are quite a machine. I always wish there's some of them here in San Diego. I see people with them, like, man, that is quite. The only reason I haven't done it is because the parts aren't available here because we didn't import them ever. So it's hard to find parts. So that's why I went with this Toyota, this beautiful Toyota of mine. Here it is. Let me show you. There it is. My beautiful Toyota Millennium Falcon. All right, here we go. One more song, everybody. Fleasel. That's funny. Alright, this song's called Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. Did anybody else donate? My parents did today. They already donated ahead of time. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for that. I don't think anybody else donated here today. Hint, hint. There's a big sign, everybody, up there. If you didn't donate, at least you gotta hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I mean, that's the least you can do, people. Speaking of fleazels. Why can't I get to my... Hang on. I'm trying to get to my email here. I know I make this look so easy, but it's not, people. It's really hard. Don't try this at home. I just sent out a newsletter again the other day. I work so hard at all this stuff. Just sometimes I think, my God, what a waste of time. It's not, though. I'm getting somewhere, I think. 47 years old, finally getting somewhere in the music business. 25 years in. I'm really starting to feel solid. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Marissa Love, for the donation today, and my mom and dad. And you can donate at that sign. There's a big fat tip jar sign right there, and also, and the links below. You can donate. Better go back to this scene for this last song. Happy Full Moon Manifestations. Thank you. Happy Full Moon Manifestations. That's a sick ride, dog. Yeah, it is, man. Isn't it? Travel Guy. I love this thing, man. It's the best. It's like one of the best decisions I've made in my whole life. Seriously, getting one of these. So I'm super stoked. I probably should have done it a long time ago. But hey, that Toyota Prius I had before this, it allowed me to go. I would just, like, somebody be like in Montana, be like, hey, can you do a couple gigs up here? I'd be like, yeah, why not? My gas. This is before the pandemic when gas was super cheap. I'll just go. But I can't do that now. I'm getting 16 miles to the gallon in this beauty. So. Alright, here we go. This song's called Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. He's still alive, but Steve Albini is not the famous producer. So I'm going to dedicate this to Steve Albini. Speaking of mastering engineers, I don't think he ever mastered anything, but don't master your own stuff, people, if you can help it. It's like doing your own dental work. You can do it, but man, it's probably a bad idea. 14 years later, you're going to hear your recordings and be like, oh my God, did I master it that hot? Holy crap. Okay, here we go. Last song. See you guys next time. I'll be back in July, second Wednesday in July. Oh, hang on. I gotta get this banjo back on. Even though it's probably just gonna make a bunch of noise. If it does, I'll mute it. Hopefully it doesn't get janky again over here. My mom said, beautiful Millie. That's right, Mom. Beautiful Millie. All aboard. Crazy. That's how it goes. Millions of people living like folks. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love. Forget all this hate. Mental wounds still healing. Who and what's to blame? Going off the rails on the crazy train. Going off the rails on this crazy train. I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools. Watch all the dropouts make their own rules. One person condition to rule and control. The media sells it, really the role. Mental wounds still healing, driving us insane. Going off the rails on the crazy train. Going off the rails on this crazy train. I know that things are going wrong for me. You got to listen to my words.
Yeah. Crazy, that's how it goes. Millions of people living like gold. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love. Forget all this hate. Mental wounds still healing. Who and what's to blame? Going off the rails on the crazy train. Going off the rails on this crazy train.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks you so much. I appreciate you tuning in. You guys are great. I mean, there was a lot of people in here today. It seemed like a lot more than usual. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Is the world falling apart? Maybe or maybe not. Who cares? Let's just keep riding this thing. Riding the crazy train. God's got this. I think God's got it. He's always got it. He brought us in. He'll take us out whenever it's time. Marissa Love says she liked that. Digs the crazy train adaptation. Thank you, Marissa Love. Marissa Love's great. Check her out. All her work is great. She's always been so supportive of everything I do, so I appreciate that, Marissa Love. Okay, guys, see you next time. Have a great rest of your June. Happy full moon and all that stuff. I do believe the moon has a lot of power over us, for sure.